Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome to the Academy Podcast, Academy Answers, where we answer the questions we get on our blog, on our Facebook, on our Instagram. People who generally need help with personal development, finance, business. We do it because we have the experience, we've read the books, we have done the work in the streets, in the trenches, and we know what it's about. I've been involved in 23 different businesses in my life. I've done many projects for multi-million-dollar organizations. I've worked for Fortune 500 companies. I have a good handle on business. I'm deeply into personal development. I was doing personal development long before I knew that personal development was what I was doing, encouraging my friends, helping them to get good grades in school, helping people to hold up their heads, helping people to nourish their relationships, intimate relationships, social relationships. So here's this question on my blog that he says, Lauren, I'm working 24/7, it feels like in my business. I can't get a break. I'm not getting this right. It seems like it was always looking like a good business opportunity, but now I'm looking at it and it's taking so much of my time and so much of my energy. And I wonder if I want to quit this business. Well, the first thing is that what usually happens is that we often start with a business, we get the idea of a business, and then most times, and in a lot of cases, when a business is viable and it starts to go, it is not, the business reaches a point, and it is not, and I want you to listen to this carefully, it is not that the business is failing, but we are failing to run the business at the level that the business has grown to. So we put the business out there. There was a grind stages when we get out there and we got some impact and we got some sales and we got some customers, and then it has moved to another level. Now the business needs to shift upwards. The business needs to get to a new level, and sometimes we are stuck in the old mode. I'll tell you one quick story. So when I was just starting out, the actual first business that used to line my pockets with money, used to put good money in my pocket, we used to bring smartphones. Those weren't so smart, but they were camera phones, in particular to the Caribbean, to Jamaica. And what used to happen is that we used to bring a shipment every 2 weeks of maybe 150, between 80 and 150 cell phones. And then we used to sell them rough and hustle out of the back of our cars, wherever. So there's this guy, because in those days, they used to come from overseas, and some modification had to be made to the board, the circuit board itself, for it to work in the Caribbean. So the guy who used to do it for me, I was his biggest customer. I was giving him 300 phones per month to open for me. Now, it started to get to him because he would be sitting down and doing all these phones. And it would take him more and more days. I was losing sales. It was taking a longer time every time. So I was saying to him that what you have to do, you have to optimize your process. Your process is not optimized and you're not putting in any system in place. What do I mean by that? I mean, for example, any boy, any kid you can take off the street and show them how to open the phone. So what you would do, you wouldn't spend 2-3 minutes opening the phone in terms of pulling, like taking the screws out to expose inside of the device. So you get someone to open the device and you just shed all the basic part of the process and you do the technical aspect of it. Give it to somebody, they lock it up, they clean it up, they pack it up, they label it. Don't use professional, high-skilled time to do mundane tasks that you can easily get some kid that's going to high school that's into tech. You give him, you pay him per phone or whatever because you're making that money. And so you can be freed up to do more things. I couldn't get that through his head. So what I'm telling you to do is to look on your processes, look over it, see what needs to be adjusted, see where you can optimize, see what you can shed, see how you can find a better way to do it. And I keep saying, type it in your search engine, go into the bookstore, get a book. Always be a student, never cease from being a student. Learn, learn, learn. Whatever you're going through, somebody has been through it already and have documented. So I hope that helped you. Have a good day. That has been Academy Answers for today. Have a great one. Thank you.